Namaskar doston. Happy to be back here again with another topic. I love this topic, so I'm going to talk a little bit about it. But before that, if you're somebody that's trying to get ahead in your career, if you've got a big dream that you want to make happen, this is the place for you. I love to get into conversations with you around topics that are relevant and interesting. My objective is to make those topics simplified and give actionable outcomes that you can work with and you can do something with. So that's what it is. So look forward to diving straight in. Today's topic is something that's very close to my heart. It's called high frequency trading. And before I get into the high frequency trading topic, I want to give you a little bit of a context. The difference between how the rich make their money and how the middle class and the Aam Aadmi makes money is quite different. There are quite a few differences in the way this happens. So, high frequency trading is one of those tools that is available to the rich to make money. So to be honest, this is not something that the आम आदमी can do much with. तो आप और हम बहुत ज़्यादा चीज़ इस पे नहीं कर सकते. So वो याद रखिए. It's important for us to understand. When the rich make money, they have three things that are different that they can deploy. They can deploy technology, they can deploy huge sums of money, and they can deploy leverage. So these are three things that the rich have that is not available to everybody, and that's what they use to make a completely different game. In India, this game, high frequency trading, has been around for maybe 7-8 years. It's a very young, scheme, idea, whatever, to make money. And let me try and explain this in a way that would make you understand this. So you know how you buy shares, right? What do you do when you buy shares? You go to your broker house. You put an order either digitally or through a phone, whatever your means is. You buy that share. So that's what you do, right? So you buy and sell shares throughout your life, and throughout your life, you can do maybe 50, 100, 150, 200 shares throughout your life. You typically do when you're doing a stock account. Now imagine if you had a stock trading account where you can do 10,000 trades a day. मैंने ये गलत नंबर नहीं बोला, 10,000 trades per day. That's the kind of trades that qualifies as high frequency trading. That's why it's called high frequency trading. Three things that are different about HFT or high frequency trading. The first one I mentioned is the number of trades that you do in a day. So it's really 10,000, 15,000 trades that you would do every day, right? That's a big deal. The second thing that's different is you play for very little money per trade per share. So it's maybe a few paise that you're playing for, not for rupees, not for hundreds of rupees. So that's the second thing that you do. The trade is done at 1 rupee 5 paise and it closes at 1 rupee 10 paise. So the amount of money you play for is very little money on an individual trade basis. So how do you make your money? By putting in huge amounts of money. So you could put in 20 to 200 crores, 500 crores into this on a daily basis, right? And if you take leverage, so you now have the capability to, if you take a 200 crore kitty, you can take a leverage of 2 to 2.5 times on that. So you can get up to 500 crores of money that you're putting into these 10,000 trades on a daily basis. So this is what HFT is all about. So you've got three things that are different, which I told you about, and that's how HFT ends up making money. If played well, HFT can be a very low risk way to make great returns. If on a daily basis you're able to make 3 to 4%, right? Then you can imagine what it means on an annualized basis, because HFT is available for you to do this. So generally traders do, if you're a good trader, you can do between 50 to 200% on an annualized basis on your core money that you have, which I think is a great return that people can. So that's how HFT works. Now the key question is, how is this working? So there are two kinds of strategy, multiple strategies that HFT uses. One is called arbitrage, where they're able to arbitrage between the price of the underlying asset and the price of the option, and they're able to make money on it. That's an arbitrage strategy. The second one is called market making. Market making is you buy and sell the same shares at the same positions. So you have the ability to sort of, whenever the share moves, you're able to make money on either the buying or the selling, and it keeps moving. So the risk is not really taken. So these are the two ways that you can try and make money on HFT per se. So those are some of the strategies that you can get in. But the important thing to think about here is, it's not just enough for you to have a computer, because you can't do this manually, right? These number of trades that are being done today, the 10,000 trades cannot be done manually. 10,000 बार तो आपकी finger दबा नहीं सकती, कोई buy या sell को. So a computer does it, and generally you have to have good programming technologies that are available. So it's a program that's actually doing these trades. So obviously there are humans behind that program, and they are the traders that program these programs to make these trades happen, and they are keeping a very close watch over them. So that's how this model works. So you've got a computer, that computer is executing those trades. Those trades are sitting right next to the exchange, and it will be in a server room, maybe at the NSE itself, and that's where these trades are executed. So that's how this model. Now, the interesting thing about this is it's not as simple as just going ahead and making these things happen. You have to take a whole range of permissions, because these are such huge volumes of money that they can disrupt the market itself. So इसलिए NSE या सरकार आपको आसानी से इसको करने नहीं देगी. So you first have to have a broker's license, then you have to have an HFT terminal, then you actually have to trade and show the NSE that you're not going to cause any cataclysms in the market. Only then will the NSE allow you to go ahead and do this trading. So that's the regulation part of it. Without the regulation, you can't get there. It'll take you, if you want to get started today, it'll take you about a year and a half before you can have your own established terminal and do things on your own. So that's how HFT works. It's a good idea to explain it to you because it's an innovative way. It's one of the few ways that the rich have to make money that we need to understand a little bit more of. That I thought was the idea. So, I hope you enjoyed this session. As ever, look forward to any comments or feedback. Please do let me know if there is anything that you would like me to talk about further. And of course, please subscribe or like. Very important to us. Thank you so much. Namaskar.